Yes guys, welcome to Cardiff City World. We're back for 5 things we've learned from Exeter 0, Cardiff City 1. And I know like some people are not happy with this tournament, some of the rules, the squad that the manager picked and stuff like that. But to me, I think there's positives to be had from this tournament. For one, I think it's a tournament that we can win, and I'd rather us do something with this tournament than the League Cup. So the rules make it a bit tricky when we'll get to that. That's why Kellyman played half an hour, because you've got to have a certain amount of first team players in the squad. But we go. So today we are breaking down the tight but a group game right between Cardiff City as they travel to Exeter for the Vertu Trophy. We're going to go through what stood out. We're going to go through some of the youngsters who did well. We're going to go through any takeaways ahead of a big game going into Bradford on Saturday. But at first, a quick reminder, like with the rules. So yeah, you've got to have X amount of qualifying players in the starting lineup. So I think they would have given Kellyman 20 minutes, half hour at the end, but he qualifies as a first team player, so they gave it to him at the start. It's a bit weird. Like for instance, Robbie Savage's Macclesfield had 4 players in their starting lineup and then took them off in the first 2 minutes of the game. It's pointless, right? But it is what it is. But anyway, it's going to be a slightly shorter video today because it's not the most important trophy, but I do want to talk about it because there's some interesting takeaways. Let's go. 5 things we learned. Number 1, the academy presence is there. 9 academy graduates in the squad, but I thought it was a really interesting construction of the team last night. It looked pretty strong, but he made 10 changes. Cardiff included those 9 graduates, as I say. The young lads who came in did well. Mafiko, Giles, Perrett all did well. Gabriel Osho and Kellyman on their debuts did well. It's impressive that Cardiff could make 10 changes and win the game without really getting out of second gear. I thought despite the youth, it was a pretty accomplished, pretty professional performance without really getting out of second gear. Like I said, Cardiff didn't need to go full throttle. Half time it was 0-0. City had managed a lot of possession. They had 69% possession in the game. I think they had 12 or 13 corners throughout. It was pretty relentless, although Exeter did have the odd chance, which was really good, and Cardiff didn't switch off, which was the important thing. Second half, we took the lead through Callum Robinson's header, a little assist for Kian Ashford there as well. He'll come back to him in a minute. But for the young players, it's minutes in the legs. It's building that match sharpness for some of the players. It's also getting some of the players like Troy Perrett and Giles used to playing in the first team. It's critical. And I think ultimately the manager will see it as a good day's work. Won the game, got some minutes in the legs. Some more players used to play in the way he wants to play. Was it the best performance? No. Probably professional is about as good as you could say with it. Number 2, Gabriel Osho looks like he could be the real deal. So Osho made his debut, and I thought he was impressive. You know, physically he looked strong. He looked mobile. You know, not overawed by his debut in any way. On the ball, I thought he showed composure, good weight of pass. When to carry it into midfield, when to keep hold of it, when to put it out. It was all good decision making. One of the things that I noticed is he's got a recovery pace similar to the likes of Pacquiao and the rest. That is going to be massive as the season goes on. Exeter tried to run in behind or get in behind him. He just cut it off straight away. That kind of pace is a massive plus. The defensive awareness that he's got is also huge. I think our 3 main options at centre-back are going to be Osho, Lawlor and Fish, with Chambers in there if you need to be. And I don't mean this so much as a dig at Chambers, but Osho on that performance looks like a step above Chambers in pretty much every way, to be honest. But first game, etc., I thought he did well. I thought he did everything that was asked of him. I'm hoping that it was just a bit of fatigue and he felt something and precaution, because he'd be a big option going forward. Dylan Lawlor, by the way, is still the best defender we have, which is insane for a 19-year-old. Number 3, Omari Kellyman, little glimpse, little cameo into the promise. Kellyman was a surprise starter, but given the rules and everything and rotation you need for this competition, it kind of makes sense. They gave him half an hour, or he played 35 minutes before he was substituted. He looked a little bit rusty at times, but you'd expect that. He hasn't played for over a year. He did also show some flashes, some really quick feet in the dribbling, carrying the ball, was not afraid to shoot, had a couple of shots, one was blocked, I think one was on target. He had a willingness to try something, to do something. I like that exciting young player. Looked big, fit, strong. You could see him playing wide in the 10. You probably see him playing up front, I think, in some games as well. I was excited by it. And then you almost had like the double whammy, because then Troy Perrick comes on and you're thinking, oh, big moment for the lad, debut. And he comes on, and I thought he offered a really bright hour of football. He was switched on, trying to link up play, was quite explosive in his movements, trying to give and go, little triangles. He was constantly on the move. He never stood still after he passed it, which was really exciting to see, because that'll fit into the way Brian Barry Murphy wants to play. He looks technically ready, but more encouragingly, I thought he looked physically ready. You know, Exeter, yes, they rotated, but they were still very physical. But they looked to get under the skin of Cardiff, and it wasn't a high octane game, but his effort definitely stood out, and he's put himself in the conversation for the first team squad. He'll probably have to be patient, he'll probably have to wait, but when he's called upon, I don't think the manager will be scared upon that performance to give him an opportunity if required through injuries and the rest of it. He's just got to keep doing what he's doing, make himself undeniable. But number 4, Kian Ashford, little cameo for Kian, came on at half time for the impressive Isaac Davis, and straight away Kian had energy and physicality that he didn't have on Saturday. I think he looked fresher, played a key role in the goal from a quick corner from Turnbull, whips it in, Robinson scores, and he delivered some nice movements on the ball, little interplays, a bit of dribbling, did well. Late in the game things get a bit messy. There's a nasty one on, a nasty late challenge on Louis Giles up on the left wing for us. We get a free kick, but Kian was visibly irritated by it. He was not happy with the challenge on the young fullback. And then a few minutes later, at our left back position, Kian takes an elbow to the face, and he is not happy again. And I don't know whether it was the same player, but he's visibly upset. They have a bit of a scuffle, blah blah blah. I don't mind that. Number 1, he stuck up for his young teammate. I'm all about that, because players and teams will target us because we're young, so they have to stick together and they have to stick up for each other. And then also, when he took a smash to the face, he didn't just leave it. He went and protected himself, made a point, drew it to the ref's attention, etc. That's good. Where I think he'll be frustrated is the aftermath. So after they've both been booked, he's still, you could see, quite emotional about it. He's still annoyed. I'm not quite clear what the second booking was for, whether it was for dissent or for kicking the ball away. It's right at the end of the game. It's a silly one. He's got to control that emotion, that frustration. But it's a learning curve, right? And to me, it's a weird when he got sent off, so it should be a negative. I think a lot of that was positive. I liked it. I liked what I saw. I liked the fight. I liked sticking up for teammates and stuff. And I thought he was decent, Kian, when he came on. Now, where the negative comes in is, of course, we're down to 10 men in 8 minutes of injury time. They have a goal disallowed straight after he's sent off, which is probably fortunate. And yeah, like, he's got to learn from it. But I think the manager will help him with that. And, Cardiff teams are going to try and wind them up. We saw that Saturday with the off-the-ball stuff from Stockport. Cardiff have got to learn to stick together. They've got to learn to have the bit of fight themselves, but you've got to be able to curb it. The referees are not going to protect us. We've seen this already. So we have to protect ourselves, protect each other, and then control the emotion, the frustration with the referee, so we don't pick up silly bookings, silly red cards, because they will cost you. And then finally, number 5, Isaac Davis. I'm going to call it a masterclass from BBM. I think Brian Barry Murphy has managed Isaac really well this season. He's kept him hungry. He's managed his minutes off the bench. But what he's done is he's given him enough. And Brian is protected him. He doesn't want him to have a setback, of course. He wants to protect his injury, protect his fitness, but he's giving him enough, and he's getting the goals and assists off the bench. He gives him a start, and Isaac looks sharp. 45 minutes, and he just was, whether it was with a ball at her feet, driving at fullback, he looked dangerous. Whether it was making runs in behind for the diagonal balls, he looked dangerous. Playing little 1-2s and getting in behind Exeter's defence, he looked dangerous. He looked quick, he looked physical. Everything I want to see from him. And I would like to see him start on Saturday. I'd move Willock over to the right, and I would go with Isaac off the left, because I thought Isaac was excellent again. His presence opened up Exeter time and time again. Their fullback would have been very happy to see the back of him. You got to protect these players, and you got to. The games are coming thick and fast this month, particularly. So 45 minutes. Let him rest up, and I would like to see Isaac Davis start. But we'll dig into that some more in the preview, of course, of the Bradford game. Honourable mentions. I want to say Dylan Lawlor, quietly confident, very, very good. Aerial duels, reading of the game, on the ball. He is just a Rolls Royce, exquisite. It is mad that a 19-year-old is our best defender, but he's levels above already. And if he keeps the mentality of keep working and learning, he's just going to be even better and better. Dak Mafico, I thought, was tidy again in the midfield, energetic, just helped with the offence and defence really good. And Louis Giles, a full 90 minutes. Defensively and offensively, he contributed. Maybe he got a bit tired in the second half at points, but I like that he followed instructions. He pressed high, he overlapped, he got some good balls in the box into the first half. Okay, he's fine. He hasn't played a lot of football, but to me, regardless of what he's done or how he's performed for Wales or Cardiff's under-21s, for the first team, he's never let us down, and I think he's coming along, hasn't played a lot of football, and I think there's a player there. I think Brian Barry Murphy can get it out of him. He's obviously going to be back up to Joel Bagan, but he's going to play, and he's going to get plenty of time, so he's got to take that opportunity. He's got to build on that now. But I was impressive, it was good, and it was good to see. Saturday's match against Bradford is going to be a different test, of course. Much more at stake at League One. Higher tempo, higher physicality, sharper pressing, all of it. The intensity will be up here. But did anybody perform well enough today that you want to see him in the squad on Saturday? Because there is only an X amount of places. Not everyone can be in that squad. Did Nyaka Howard do enough to be in the squad? Did Troy Perrott do enough to be considered for the squad? Kellyman, Osho, where do you see it? Let me know in the comments, because for me, I think Isaac Davis has got to start. I still think at the moment I would go Fish and Lawlor as the centre-backs, but Lawlor and Osho would be okay too. Turnbull will be there. Well, you say that, Turnbull, or would it be Joe Colwell? He likes Joe Colwell, particularly at home, because of his energy. So it's fascinating. I'd love to know what you guys think in terms of the lineup. Did anyone put themselves in contention? Performances last night. Were you surprised with some of the selections last night? Were you happy to see the Colwell brothers, Salech, etc., Bagan, just get the night off completely? And what do you think of the Vertu Trophy? You enjoying it? Do you think it's a waste of time? Is it something that we should be targeting to win? Let me know in the comments. The boys will be back tonight. I think it's Rob and Aaron tonight, talking all things Cardiff City. Please do get involved in the live chat. Share the videos, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you want to go that extra mile, then become a member. Price of a coffee per month. You get exclusive content, rewards, and of course you get early access to tickets. Members now have access to the Sean Morrison tickets if they want them. Friday night, the people at the Cav event will have access to them, and then they're on general sale if there's any left. If you're a member and you want to go, get your tickets now, because they are gonna fly. Thank you so much. As always, I will see you in a bit. Take care.